Whew, sun's out. Jack, JRC, big up yourselves. Welcome back. Oi, 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 all that, Scott.
Moaning.
Moaning, he says. Fair play to him. Right, today we're on Operation Shed Wire here. So what the plan is, we're going to put in. Oh, it's a bit dark. Oh, I'll get a light in a minute. But we're going to be putting two-way fuse board up there, which is going to feed some new lights. We've got two 4-foot strips going in and sockets all the way around. So we've got fuse box garage unit with LCD main switch, 16 amp, which is going to do the sockets on a radial, 6 amp, which is going to do the lights, and we'll be feeding it in 6mm armoured. We did this job a couple of months ago now. We rewired the property and we've just left the 6mm under the plinth ready to be drilled out. So I'll show you the route. It's going to be coming a lot. Let me just unplug this so I can see. It's going to be coming probably along that support, round there, along there, up there, then into the void, which then goes all the way through here. We're then going to cleat it to the bottom of this wall, straight the way across, try and go through there, and then we've bought this little track. Nice. We're going to be putting that in the middle, just because this is shared access, so when people bring the bins round, they can just pull it over that, straight over and in. We'll then drill through there, round there, and that's where the plinth is, so we'll just drill out, put a whisker box and gland our armoured into that. So Scott's setting the 6mm up on the drum runner. We're then going to pull it down, we'll get them drilled, get that drilled, drop it in there. We'll be leaving some slack just in case they ever have this done. It can then be buried under the block paving, but for us to lift that, it ain't going to go back down very good leak. So yeah, it's nice. How have you all been? Good, yeah? We're flapping a bit because the phone doesn't seem to be ringing as much. I don't know how you lot are keeping, but just doesn't seem to be going off. Doesn't seem to be getting work to book in. We're booked in for the next sort of 3 weeks, and then that seems to be it. A few people I've spoke to have had the same. Hopefully people are just on holiday and that, but I think it's more to do with the price of bills. People are worried about the bill prices and they're just not spending money on their houses. But let me know if you're feeling the same or if you're flat out. Let us know in the comments. Hopefully it's not just me. Well, hopefully it is for you lot, but it's one of them. Anyway, we'll crack on. So here's our run so far. We've drilled through there. We've had to come a little bit higher than we wanted to. We started at the bottom, and we've had to move it up just to get above the ground level this side, because there's a block wall across there. And then he's dropped it in the back there, behind the block wall, straight down here. It's really nice. Straight down here, and then we've come to this obstacle. So what we're going to do is cleat down there, jump onto the wood here, straight across the wood. We've gone behind that concrete post there. We'll just drop it back onto the wood and then cleat across, carry it on across that wood at the bottom, and then we'll jump up and into the shed down here, which is where our board's going to be mounted. For these cables in here, so we're going to have a light switch over here somewhere, and then we'll clip everywhere, because eventually this is getting insulated and boarded. So for now what we're going to do is just clip down wherever we can in our zones and just try and get round that way, which is obviously going to make it easier for us and easier for when they board it. All it is at the moment is that's the plug for lights and that's the plug for sockets. So we'll rip all that out and start again. The reason we're doing this is because there was mice in the garden, so they've chewed through the cable, and all it was a flex running down. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, here it is, look. They've just buried a flex down the garden. That then just goes in straight into the back of a socket in there, which feeds obviously those plug tops, which then flows around to all these sockets around here. So Scott's going to start cleating now. I'll get this set up in the shed and show you what we're doing there. Oh, new hats. You like them? Holler at your boy. I'll get you one for a very good price. So we've come up with a new plan. We thought if we drill through that wall, it's going to be too hard to get then into that, through here, and then out the other side of the wall. So if you look at this, there's 3 little compartments in here. We're going to run straight through the centre with our Armoured. So basically push that right the way through there, and then lay that just over the walkway. So, but what we're going to have to do is cleat across here, pop out all the way through, cleat back in and get back on the wall that way. So we'll get this in and see how we go. With great difficulty, he says. Oh no. Got no chance.
Can you get some cable lead?
Yeah, or a bit of washing up liquid or something. BRB. Easy, look.
A little drop of it out.
We're in. We've just got to pull that back now. Right the way around to there. Why does it smell of apple, I hear you ask? Oh, just washing up liquid. Put it right in. Which how easy it is now. Give that a pull, Scott. Or not. Oh, look at that. Nice. Just another use for washing up liquid. Wash your ons, wash your plates, pull your cables through. Lube really, innit? With a nice smell. Just another quick tip if you're working outside. Nice. For those who know me, they know I'm a sensitive lad with my skin. So factor 50 up, yeah? Sort your hair out first. Oh. Can't believe you're all sat at home watching me apply sun cream. Fair play. Yeah, just thought I'd tell you that. With this ginger beard comes ginger skin. And I burn very easy, makes me ill. This saves me. Imagine that, sponsored by Nivea Sun. One day. I've delayed, I'm getting hot. Sun cream's on. Imagine getting a job outside and the sun's out. That's rare, innit? So we've come up with a different plan, again. We're cleating across the floor there. I don't know if you can see that because I've got the camera plugged in. Cleating across the floor there. It's then going to come out. So our last cleat will be there. Come out, tuck into there like we have. Tuck back in there, across that wall to finish us off and get us into our joint there. That's all got to be ripped out because that was connected to the old cable, but yeah. I know we could lift the block paving up, so don't say that. But it's safer if we don't. Because it will not go back down properly if we do it, because that's not our job. We're not ground workers, we're not landscapers, we're not anything like that. We're Sparkies, king of the trades, so yay. So yeah, we just thought it'd be easier to put that ramp in, and obviously the block paving can stay level then. It's not going to be a worse trip hazard than the ramp. Look at this, Scott's just delayered. I can't even see him with them camo on. Look at him.
You said he was working out the
He thinks it's 3 days, put his pound in the jar. I'm really hot. It looks like Wayne from A1 with all his camo on. Nice. Go on then. It's warm, innit, Scott? Might have a dip. Get in there. Get in there. So I've started cleating down here across the fence. It's going to carry on across that fence and then up and in. And Scott's done his up here. We've come through there. So he's cleated across the floor there. Kicks out there. Through our little protector. And then kicks back in there and across there. I know, I can hear the comments already. It's rough, that is. But it's not. Because it's all we could do, really. Obviously without being here for 2 days relaying the block paving, but I'm happy with it. Customer will be happy with it. It's better than what they had and it's safer than what they had, so just leave your little comments. It's not needed today. I know it doesn't look the best, but it's safe and that's all that matters. So I'm not going to listen. No. My cap's turned round. I'm not doing it to look cool. Doing it so my little neck don't get burnt. Honestly, it makes me ill. Stop judging me. The sun's bright, to be fair. feel like an island boy, Sean. Island boy. So here's what they did have. We've got, I don't even know what we've got. We've got one flex coming out the wall, which has been taped up, which has been chewed, which could have gone up into there to feed that, to be fair, but they've obviously redone it, and that black flex goes round and it's fed in now. So I'm imagining this is where, roughly where the plinth is, but that's a really old cable, really old. So we'll get this out, rip all this off. These are the flexes. That one went down, straight down underground, and there's another black one which goes out, to be fair, which might have done a pond pump or something like that over there. So we'll get this ripped out. Scott can get it cleated up here, and then we'll sort out what we're going to do there next. Right, Scott's drilled out with the 6mm now. Obviously that's coming through our wall. We're then going to put whisker box on there, bring our Armoured up into the bottom of it, and then we'll be using these whisker knuckle dusters, the whisker earth clamps, which are going to go, basically they're sitting there like that, other way around, like that, and then your Armoured gland, where's that, Scott? Yeah. Your gland will obviously go straight into there, take the, what's that called now?
Nut.
Nut?
Right.
Lock nut, nut? Nut. We're going for nut. Take that nut off there, screw that straight into the whisker. That way this brass band this brass band will continue the earth on. We can then crimp onto there, which will take a flying lead off, and then into our earth. That way it's earth this side, we don't need to do it that side, and it just brings the Armoured into the earthing, so it's the same potential. So if anyone ever cut through it or anything, hopefully, some trips, he says, hopefully. So yeah, that'll sit like that on there. Obviously the Johnny will cover that, and then it'll be nice. Then we're getting a 2.5 through here, which is going to fit, which is here. Nice.
This is one I made earlier.
So that'll go straight through there, like that.
I'm going to pull it.
And then Scott will connect into a socket that side, and then that will then feed an outdoor socket, which is somewhere over there, which will then go there. So they've got outdoor power here, and obviously power down the other side. You got enough?
Oh,
alright, Bab.
you cut what you need.
I'll start landing this off now, get this mounted, and then this end is done and ready to power it. So this is the house end done now. We've landed our Armoured into there, we've tightened that down. I'll loosen that screw off and crimp on some single earth in a minute, which will be our flying lead onto our Armoured. I'll fill that up with silicone, obviously just to make it a bit watertightly, because that's a big gaping hole to get the 6mm in, really. And then we will join these with Wagos in the back of there, put the lid on, that's done. That then goes off down, round here, right, well you can't even tell. Down there, put the bench and the plant pot back. Carries on down there into the shed. Scott's just ripping out the old cables and sockets and lights, which are here. He's ripping all that out. Are you in there, Scott?
I'm in here, mate.
What are you doing, Bab?
Can this mess out?
It's nice, isn't it? So it just goes off and round. All the old ones go round, 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 round. We'll obviously be rewiring from here. Boards go in there. Come up with a 1.5 round down to a switch there, which will operate our floods on there in the centre, and then we'll come out with a permanent live out the back of the switch as well, up here, straight through into a whisker box, and then having a little 10-watt flood with a PIR on there just to pick them up, walk down the garden. Make some more noise if you can, Scott. Hey? Make some more noise, mate, if you can. Cheese! So yeah, nearly there for this side, for the power side. I'll get that drilled through. What we're going to do is, our cable obviously comes across there. I've still got to tidy that bit up there. But what we'll probably do is come in low level. So come in there in the corner. We'll cleat up that support there, and then fit our board up a nice level around here, which will obviously have our 16 and our 6, which then goes off to power. So with our sockets, we're going to go up, across, down to that socket there, probably back up and across, up there, down to that socket, back up and round to that socket, back up and round to that socket, and then up across here, and we'll finish the radial about here. There's not much loading going on them. Obviously it's just for things like lamps and things, because I think they're going to turn this into a little art workshop to do a bit of painting leak. So yeah, there's not going to be much loading. There might be a heater plugged in, but I very much doubt it. With all the insulation and things they're having put on, it should be nice and warm anyway, apart from in the winter when it will be freezing. So yeah, we'll crack on with this. I'll get that siliconed up, get it connected that end. All their stuff can go back the greenhouse, and that was up the wall can all go back. And then we'll concentrate in here, get this done, and get Scotty clipping the cables round to our new points. We're down the bottom now in Scott's potting shed.
What?
The potting shed. Do you know what happens in the potting shed?
Yeah. Just didn't think you'd tell anyone.
Didn't think you'd tell anyone, he said. Dirty lad. So we've come through the bottom, like we said, cleated up there, and I've mounted the board at the top here. That's because I've put a fireproof grommet in there. Basically, I'll just make a slit there. That way our cables will just nicely go into there and take us onto them top beams to take us to our points. Customers changed the plan a bit. We were going to refeed these mattresses, but with his insulation that he's having, he doesn't quite know what he's having yet. So what we're going to do is come down the middles with some, we'll just double clip them into our sockets there. So whatever they do, we're covered then. Whether they just put board on, whether they put Celotex, whether they put insulation, everything's covered. It'll just go around our knockouts and our sockets can go on top. And we'll just put yellow socket protectors on for now, just to make it safer, really. That's it. When they board it, they can take them off, do what they want, but at least when we're finished, it's nice and safe. You can get your wee fingers in, and yeah, it's on and ready. So, board there, 1.5, which is here, that Scott's just put absolutely nowhere. I thought you pulled it round.
No.
Oh.
Change the plan, weren't it?
Basically, that's our light switch there. So we'll go into our switch with a feed. I'm talking. Feed out, we'll go up, across that centre. We're going to put LED button there, across, LED button there. That'll be switched from there, so you'll have a single switch which operates that. We'll then come out the back of the permanent live, straight up and out, which will do our little wee floodlight. So we're all done up that end. Everything in the garden's done. It's ready to be turned on. We've got the 2.5 under the plinth. Has just got to be run round to one of the sockets that are in the cupboards. That'll power the outdoor socket, and then we'll get this wired. And obviously, me and Scott will chuck the cables round. Hopefully, we're not far off then. So while Scotty's clipping in the background, getting the cables round and getting the things sorted, I'm going to take a second to talk about today's sponsor, which is, if I put it there, Tradify. Nice. Which is the app that we use to run everything in our business. And I'm going to tell you today about what you can do with your materials and things like that on there. So, pretty cool, you know. So you can upload pretty much spreadsheets straight into the app with all your prices. So whatever material you're using, you can set the price that you pay, the price that you sell for, and it'll then turn into the app, and then you can put it in your quotes easily. So let's say we're installing this two-way fuse box board, we can set the price from the wholesalers, we can then set the price that we sell for, and obviously with fitting and things like that. That way when we produce the quotes and the invoices, literally drop down, fuse box two-way, press that, all the prices are set, what we've paid, what profit we're making on them, if you put profit on your materials or not. We don't, to be fair. Not really, because everything's just, you can Google anything now, so I think we do lose a lot out of that. Anyway, getting sidetracked again. But yeah, it's really good, brilliant app. Easy enough to use. Obviously you get all your training and things like that if you need it. It's offered when you first start. So if you want to check it out, click the link in the description. That will take you to their website where you can set up a free 14-day trial. You can then use code JRC50 for 50% off your first 3 months. If you're using it, or if you're going to check it out or anything like that, let me know down below what you think of it. Obviously we think it's mint, it works for us, works for sole traders up to bigger companies with a load of lads or women who they can just set up the prices, bang it out, done. So thanks to Tradify. Yes. Basically, before we finish the video, my battery's going to go, so I'm just going to run through quickly what we're doing and then finish it off. So the switch is in, got it up, clipped across. That's our feed. The whisker box will cover that outside. Clipped down to the board. So that's our lighting done. 2 5s going off. We've still got to sort all this out. Basically, down to a switch there. All we're going to do on these drops is just tape them together, because obviously the least we can put on this, the better, because it's only thin, and obviously this side doesn't matter so much, because if the pins poke out you can't get down there, but that side does, because that's someone else's garden. So we've had to rethink all that. So basically they'll drop down, Scott's just finishing the wiring off, and then we'll tidy it up in a minute. We're going to have that light there, which I've had to mount really strangely, to be fair. But yeah, I might change that yet. And then it'll come across and go onto this batten. Scott, demonstration please. When you're ready.
How are you seeing it?
Yep, the exit is located here. Here, and here. So that'll be the lighting. Switch there. Whisker box on the outside there, which will do that. That's our board. That's where it comes from. And that is us. So it's been a nice one. We haven't really got time to go through everything either, because the day's getting on. It's running away with us, the day is. But yeah, nice job. Not ideal how we've took that Armoured across the path, the gate, but it is what it is, and it's what it's yeah, basically. That's all we could do really without lifting the thing. Obviously in the future, if they have it lifted, we'll come back and we'll bury it. But we did go through it with the customer before, and they were happy for us to put that ramp in. So that's what we did. Lake.
And the shed's getting hot.
And the shed's getting very hot today. It's absolutely roasting out there.
Big lad
Scott's only just put he's only just put his top back on. It's been like a proper potting shed today in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you'd have done differently. Don't tell me you'd have buried the cable, because so would I, but we couldn't, and we didn't. So I don't want to hear that. So keep your little 2p to yourself, yeah? But thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the little bell, get your notifications when we upload some videos. Hopefully you're enjoying them. Let me know if you're not, or just unsubscribe and don't watch me. Basically I'm enjoying it, and some other people seem to be enjoying it. So big up you lot, yeah? Join our little membership as well if you haven't already. It's like a little donation to JRC. Picture it as that. You're helping us out. You're helping Scott feed the baby, isn't they, Scott? Well, they're not, because Scott didn't get any of it, like. But you know, you're feeding more kids, and that's good. So yeah, thanks for watching. Big up yourselves. Check out Tradify below if you haven't already. And love to you all and your families. Hope you're all well. Leek.
Don't subscribe and let your kids starve.
Yeah, or don't subscribe and be selfish. Let the kids starve. What'd you say, Scott?
Ta-da.
Bit more.
Ta-da.
Bit more effort. See you later. Ta-ra.